Chapter 4 Integers Part 5 for Grade 6. Topic: Addition of integers without using number line. Hello everyone. In my previous video, I have explained addition and subtraction of integers using number line. In this video, we will see addition and subtraction of integers without using number line. So here we will understand for a few important points related to this. When both the integers are positive, we add the absolute values of the integer and give the common sign, that is plus. As both the integers are positive, both the integers will have a positive sign, so answer will be positive. When both the integers are negative, then we add the absolute values of the integer and to the answer we give the common sign, that is negative. Here both the integers are negative, that means both will have a minus sign, so answer will also have a minus sign. So first important point, when both the integers are positive or both are negative, we have to add the absolute values of the integer and give the common sign to the answer. When first integer is positive and second is negative, or first is negative and second is positive, in both the cases, we subtract the absolute value of integers. That means when two integers are having different sign, one is positive, one is negative, that time we have to subtract the absolute values of the integers. For that you have to see which is the higher absolute value. From that we will subtract the smaller absolute value. And to the answer we will give the sign of the integer with higher absolute value. So we will give sign of integer with higher absolute value. This all we will understand with the help of examples. Now here 240 and 215, we are adding two positive integers. So we will give the common sign of plus or positive sign and we will add the absolute values. So here 240 plus 215. So the answer will be positive plus 455. When both the integers are negative, the second example we are taking of where both the integers are negative, so we will give the common sign of minus and add the absolute values. So again the answer will be negative. After adding the absolute values, we will get the answer here 94. So the final answer is minus 94. Again, one more example with negative integers, where both the integers are negative. So here the common sign is negative and we are going to add the absolute values of the integers. So here the final answer will be negative and after addition we will get the answer minus 612. Positive sign is outside the bracket and positive sign inside the bracket. Positive becomes positive. When negative sign is outside the bracket and one negative sign is inside the bracket, negative changes to positive. Positive is outside the bracket, negative is inside the bracket. Negative becomes negative. Negative is outside the bracket, positive is inside the bracket. Again, positive becomes negative. But when both the signs are outside the bracket, that is plus, we give, it remains plus. When it is minus, it remains minus. When it is minus or minus plus, we write the sign of the integer with higher absolute value. Now we will see addition of integers. When both the integers are positive, we add the absolute value and give positive sign to the answer. So answer will always be positive. When we are adding two negative integers, steps to be followed for solving this. First integer we will write as it is. It is a negative, so we will write the negative sign. Second is plus and minus. That means the second integer is also negative. So plus minus becomes minus. So finally we got both the integers as negative. So here we will then add the absolute values of the integers and give the common sign of both the integers, that is minus. Now we will take examples to understand this. First, we will write as it is. First integer is minus 50. The second integer is minus 310 plus minus, it becomes minus, so 310. Now both the integers are negative. So here again we will give the common sign, that is negative, and add the absolute values of the integers. So here we are adding 50 plus 310. So it becomes, the sign will be negative and the answer will be 360. Second example, again both the integers are negative. First integer we will write as it is, that is minus 62 plus minus becomes minus 80. So we'll give the common sign of the integers, that is negative, and then we will add the absolute values, that is 62 and 80. So here the final answer will be negative and here 142. So minus 142 is the answer. Next, again one more example I am taking. Here first integer minus 640. Second integer is negative, plus minus, it becomes minus 25. So here we will give the common sign, write the absolute values, we will add the absolute values here and final answer will be negative, and we will, after adding the absolute values, we will get the answer minus 665. Now we will see addition of positive and negative integer. So when we are adding positive and negative integer, first we will write the positive integer as it is, and positive negative becomes negative. We will get one positive integer and one negative integer, and then we will follow the steps and solve the sum. So here the first integer 590 is positive. We will write as it is. Now here plus minus becomes minus 434. So here one integer is positive, one is negative. So we do subtraction of the absolute values of the integer and we give the sign of the integer having higher absolute value. Here higher absolute value is 590 and the integer is having the positive sign. So the answer will be positive and we have to subtract the absolute value. 590 is a higher absolute value. So we will minus 434 from 590. So here the final answer will be positive. The answer we get is plus 156. Second example, again we will write the positive integer as it is, 283 plus minus becomes minus 396. Here the higher absolute value is 396. So the answer will have a negative sign. The answer will be negative. So we will give the sign and we will subtract the lower absolute value from higher absolute value. So 396 minus 283. The answer will have the negative sign, and after subtracting the absolute values of the integers, we'll get the answer 113. Next example, again the first integer is positive, so we will write it as it is 312 plus minus, it becomes minus 210. So here one is positive, one is negative. So we will subtract the absolute values and we will get the sign of the integer which will have the higher absolute value. 321 is a higher absolute value and this integer is having a positive sign. So the answer will be positive and we will find the difference of the integers 312 minus 210. So the answer will be positive and we will get the answer as 102. Now we will see addition of negative and a positive integer. So the first integer is negative, so we will write it as it is. Second integer plus plus remains plus, so we will write it as positive. When positive and negative integers are there, we subtract the absolute values of the integer and answer will have the sign of an integer with higher absolute value. Now we will understand this with the help of example. First is minus 65 and second is plus 14. Here both the integers are having different sign. So the operation we will follow is subtraction. The absolute values are 65 and 14. 65 is a higher absolute value. So the answer will have the sign of a integer with higher absolute value. So the answer will be negative and we will minus 65 minus 14. We will do the subtraction and the final answer will be minus 51. Second example is minus 463. So we will write as it is. The second is plus 532. Now here the absolute values are 463 and 532. 532 integer plus 532. So this is a higher absolute value. So the answer will have positive sign and we will subtract the absolute values. Here the higher absolute value is 532. So 532 minus 463. Now the final answer will be positive and after subtracting the absolute values we get the answer 69. Next example is minus 720. So first we will write first integer as it is. Second integer plus 210. Minus 720 is having a higher absolute value of 720. So the answer will have the sign minus or negative sign. And we will subtract the absolute values, that is 720 minus 210. So the answer will be negative minus 510. I hope the topics discussed in this video are clear to you. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye.